They're back.
Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Motorhome Monday.
I'm Jonathan, she's Lynn, and we are Create and Capture Life.
Before we get into this video, happy Thanksgiving. If you celebrate Thanksgiving, hopefully you had a wonderful time with family and friends, celebrated in some way, and had a great Thanksgiving, Black Friday, coming up Cyber Monday, holiday weekend.
Yep.
I think that covers all the bases. So for today's Motorhome Monday, what we're going to be talking about is something that we mentioned in a previous video, which is his and her RV park reviews. You guys had asked a lot of questions when Jonathan was doing his RV park reviews, what I thought about things. So from now on, we're going to do them together. Right now, we're going to be talking about the Pacific Dunes. I want to make sure I get it right. Pacific Dunes Ranch RV Resort in Oceano, California. It is newly a part of the Thousand Trails, not trailers, Thousand Trails system. And we stayed there a few weeks ago. We were there for 2 nights. And so we're going to talk about the RV park.
All right, if you're coming down the road, you can see over there where that truck is. The first thing you're going to come across is that yellow building. That is the kind of the check-in area, the reception area, the lobby area, stuff like that. I believe they have some amenities in there too, a little quick convenience store. And then down here is a lower loop where some RVs are parked. But you can see just kind of behind this camper up here, right there, there's a road that brings you up to the upper loop. That's how you get to all the rest of the campsites. If you go past the entrance to the park on the right hand side, there is, you kind of see them off in the distance there, there's some horse stables. You can actually go horseback riding. They probably have like trail horses or something like that that take you out to the beach.
This is our site. This is not our picnic table. Not sure whose cars these are because this site does not have an RV in it. So I don't know whose truck or car this is parked next to us, but they weren't here yesterday, so I don't know. I actually think the truck belongs to the neighbor right here, but I'm not sure about the car. Maybe they have visitors. But this is our space, not our picnic table, like I said. This is the other side of our site. We did not get a picnic table. Our rug is flying all over the place. Our Blackstone is out. Apparently one of my shoes, or 2 of my shoes are also out here. They're Scout. Probably somebody borrowed that picnic table and never put it back, which is fine. We don't use them anyway. But yeah, so the site width is pretty good. But when they're all full, like this one next to us is empty. And it has been since we got here. And today's Monday, a bunch of people left today. You can see how close these people are versus like how close we are to somebody. So if you have a bigger rig, you're gonna be squashed a little bit. Here's a super cute tiny house on a trailer. So I'm assuming that they probably rent this spot pretty permanently. But look how cute it is. It has 2 lofts. The front door's on the other end. It's not on the side. A lot of tiny houses, the front door's on the side, but on this one, the front door's on the other end. How cute is that? There's another row of sites that back up to let's see. These are the 200s for reference. And they back up to this. I know the lighting's not great right now, but basically the ocean's on the other side of the dunes over there, way over there. You can see how far away it is. I don't know if you guys can even see. Those are people. Right there, those are people on the top of that hill. That's how far away the ocean, and they're not even halfway to the ocean where they were, because we were there yesterday. So yeah, quite far. Here is the entrance to the dunes, which on the website they make you feel like it's close to the beach. But wait, So you walk up here thinking, oh, okay, the beach is gonna, sorry for that, I'm walking in sand and I don't have a gizmo on this thing, so. But you think, okay, the beach, the ocean should be right here somewhere, right? Hard pass. This is what you find over here. It's beautiful. 100%. It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. However, if you want to get to the ocean, it's 1.5 miles through over all these dunes, which we couldn't even, we tried yesterday, and yeah, it's not gonna happen for us. Maybe for you. So if you're coming to this campground, unless you have a car to drive to the actual ocean, this is the best you're gonna get.
It's actually kind of cool that we're doing this together, because I think Lynn and I obviously usually have quite opposing points of views on certain elements of the parks, or maybe even, you know, she's got a little more insight than I do. So it'll be good to see our difference of opinion.
We just look at things differently sometimes. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna grade things. We're gonna say what we're talking, like what it is. We're gonna grade it 1 through 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and then we'll talk about why we each gave it the rating we gave it. So for the Pacific Dunes Ranch RV Resort, first thing I wanna say is, I have now become wary anytime I see the word resort in the title of an RV park. Resort doesn't mean better. Let me just put it that way.
Yep.
We're grading the RV parks on 10 things. The first one is site size. Allergies, Santa Ana winds. That's why we both look a little puffy today, if you're wondering.
All right, site size, 5.
Yeah, I'll say 5. I actually agree with you on that. 5. It's about middle of the road.
Yeah, because I don't think there was anything special. It wasn't like, you know, a special size site. It was just an average size site. You know, we pulled in. If we had a tow vehicle, we could have probably pulled it in ahead, maybe. So it was average.
I would give it a 5 because, actually might go 4, actually. Our site personally was about a 5, but we didn't have anybody on either side of us. But when we walked through the park, I would probably say 4, because as we walked through the park in the places that were full, you were very close to your neighbor, very close. You couldn't barely walk through the middle of the RVs in some of the sites. So 4 or 5, depending on what your rig is and if you have neighbors. We didn't have neighbors, like I said, but we were here, and then we had an empty spot, and then we had neighbors, and they had to park their car. They couldn't park it in their site, so they parked it in the empty spot, which we didn't care, but that shows that there's not a lot of space, at least in the section we were in.
Yeah.
And we were in the lower section. There's an upper section of this park and a lower section. We were in the lower section. Just FYI. Bathroom, shower.
I actually don't have a real review on this, because we peeked into them, but I didn't use them. So I'm just gonna say an average 5 again.
I'm gonna give it a 2-3. It wasn't quite a beach bathroom. It didn't smell like urine, like a beach bathroom, but the floor was disgusting. There was 1 shower and 1 toilet, and there was a code to get in the room, to get into the room to use it, but he did the code, and there was a guy, and opened the door, and there was a guy in the guy's bathroom. So I guess you can't lock it. Like, if you're in there, you can't lock that door to keep other people from coming in, which to me is a little bit weird.
Now, that sounds weird. Like, I didn't actually walk into someone in the shower. Like, you know, there's a curtain, there's 2 curtains. There's a curtain that separates the little changing area from the shower, and then there's a shower curtain that separates the shower from the changing area. So there's 2 curtains, but, you know.
It's just weird. It was just weird, and it wasn't clean by any stretch of the imagination. It was, at least the women's was not clean at all. So like I said, 2, 3 maybe.
Yeah, and my 5 is just mostly because it just feels like it was an average campground RV shower facility. So
Laundry.
we didn't use laundry, did we? No, we didn't. I'm not going to rate it because I don't really know.
We looked into the laundry. I'm going to give it a 5. Just your average, you know, it was 2 and 2, 2 washers, 2 dryers. There was a sign up for COVID that you, only one person was allowed in the, because it's a closet with 2 stacked washers or dryers. I mean, 2 stacked dryers and 2 side-by-side washers, and that was it. That's the whole room. So only one person's allowed in a room at a time because of COVID. I don't know that you could fit 2 people in there anyway. And it was $1.50 for each. $1.50 to wash, $1.50 to dry, so that's lower than a lot of them are. But I would give it a, what did I say?
5.
5. Yeah, I'd give it a 5. They weren't real clean, but the washer and dryers were clean, so.
Yeah.
The website versus reality.
This is actually kind of funny.
What's your grade?
You know, you did a little more research on the website than I did, but then even after I looked at the website, I gotta say, you know, for us, it was a 3.
I agree. I would give it a 3.
Yeah. The reality was, it made it feel like it was oceanfront.
Or near. Ocean near.
Yeah, well,
even.
but the reality, because they showed pictures of the ocean, but the reality is there was about 1.5 miles worth of sand dunes
that were at some points at least 6 stories high.
Yeah, that you had to walk across to get to the water. So it's not like it's an easy beach access. So
I'll hopefully if I can get the picture from the website, I'll insert it here. But the aerial view shows the RV park and the dunes and then the water. So you think in your head, oh, cool. And it says on the website, beach front. It's not.
yeah.
You literally have to go through, and if you've ever walked through sand dunes, like the soft, really soft sand, it's a lot of effort to walk up 6 flights basically to get over to the next hill. And we actually did it with the dogs. We went over a couple of really big hills, and then when we got to the second stack of hills, we realized you still couldn't see the beach even standing on the top, so we gave up. And then we Google mapped it, and it's 1.5 to 2 miles away through these dunes.
Yeah, basically, as the crow flies through the dunes, it's 1.5 to 2 miles away. So,
And
yes.
that's not a straight 1.5
Right.
2 miles.
Well, no, yeah, as the crow flies, it was like literally, but you know, you're going up and down and up and
Yeah.
down and yeah.
And you
But-
can't even see the beach. That's
No.
the thing that bothered me. At some point, I kept thinking, okay, well, if we get on this next highest dune, we'll at least be able to see the ocean.
Yeah.
No.
I took the drone up at one point, and I started to fly out towards the water, but I lost sight of the drone. So I stopped and I came back. So, and I could see the ocean off in the distance in the camera, but like I didn't
Yeah.
want to, you know, there was planes and stuff like that flying around there. So I was trying to stay low and I couldn't see the drone, so I pulled it back. But I guess technically it is beachfront because the sand is the beach, but when your beach
It's
is
sand front, not
yeah.
ocean front.
It's dune front, yeah. So
And the dogs aren't allowed on the dunes
right.
also. They are pet friendly, but the dogs are not allowed on the dunes. We took our dogs on the dunes, of course, along with a bunch of other people. But yeah, website versus reality, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe a 3. You said 3, right?
Yeah, I said
I
3.
would say 3. Next one is internet.
We didn't really use it, but I know what it is, so I'll give it a 6.
I don't know what he means by we didn't use the internet, but I'm gonna say it was based on other ones we've been to. I'd give it an 8.
Yeah. So what I'm basing it on is the internet that's available, the Wi-Fi that's available. What she's probably basing it on is our mobile hotspot, because that's what the internet that we used. So mobile hotspot, yeah, it was pretty good, but the internet that was there is the same. I think it's Tango internet or whatever it is that most of the other 1,000 trails use. And if it's the same as everybody else, then yeah, it's about an average connection. You could probably stream from it, but yeah, we did use our T-Mobile hotspot, and it worked great. We were getting, pretty good speeds to be able to download videos, watch YouTube, stuff like that. So we were in good shape there. I also had at one point I had my AT&T hotspot running to connect my work computer, because my work phone is AT&T, and so when I was using that to connect to work while we were there, AT&T seemed like it was okay too. So
I said 8 because no trouble texting, social media on our phones, calling on our phones at any point, even when we were out in the dunes, and no interruptions watching TV, like YouTube and the different things. There was no issue with watching any of the streaming stuff. Next category is location, and when we say location, it's not whether it's beachfront or whatever it is. It's location in relation to other things.
Yeah, like grocery stores and
or just
Walmarts or whatever,
things.
Anything else. I'm gonna actually say on this probably a 4.
I'd probably go 3, maybe 4. I might actually go 4.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm doing a 4 and not any lower or higher is because, yeah, we were kind of remote. It was quite a ways away from anything else. But the reason I'm not going any lower is right around us there was a bunch of farms, and a bunch of the farms did have little farm stands. So if we wanted to go like on our way in or something like that, pick up some fresh fruits and vegetables or whatever, we could have gone to one of the little farm stands and picked something up, but there's no major amenities nearby.
Yeah, I'm gonna 3-4, because if you needed to make a grocery run or get gas or anything like that, it wasn't anywhere near there at all.
Yeah.
So that's what I would, you'd have to travel a good pretty good distance to get to something. So if you do go to this RV resort, make sure you've got your food and gas and propane and all the things, because can't get them anywhere else. The next category is hookups.
And by hookups, we
Sounded
mean,
like I said hiccups.
Yeah,
Hookups.
but is the actual like water, sewer, power.
Not
so
hookup as in people, but hookups as
Yeah.
in water power.
I guess that, yeah. Your connections. I'm actually gonna give it a 4.
I don't have a rating because I don't have anything to do with that. The water pressure, I do know he complained about the water pressure.
That's where I'm giving it a 4.
Was really bad.
Yeah.
Actually, the worst we've had in all the RV parks
Yeah.
we've been. This was the worst we've had in water pressure.
Yeah.
But I don't know enough about the rest of it to give it any kind of
it
grade.
it was low. It was like really low. Like at one point, I was doing dishes really quick because I was just trying to get some dishes cleaned up before we were on our way out, and I think Lynn like flushed the toilet, and I lost all the water pressure. So it was that low.
Yeah.
But power seemed to be okay. The pedestal was in okay shape.
Were we on 30?
We were on 30 amp, yeah. And then actually, we'll say the sewer connection seemed like, I don't know if they were recently replaced or upgraded or what. The sewer connection seemed like it wasn't like stripped out. It was actually in pretty good shape. So, but yeah, that low, like super low water pressure.
Yeah. We're all energy today, guys. You got a good motor on Monday. Literally, the allergies are killing us the last 4 days. I've been living on Benadryl. Okay, hookups. The next category is permanent residents, long-term residents versus transient resident.
Yeah.
Or transient RVers.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say I don't know how to rate this because
I would say 4, because I would venture to guess, and we did this on video, which we'll share. You've already seen this, our walk around. I would say about a 4, because I would guess 70% of the people that were there were long term.
Yeah, yeah. Some of the spaces, like even the front part where you would normally like pull up your truck to hook up, was all covered in plants. So they were definitely there for the long haul.
Or they lived there.
Yeah.
Yeah. They and some of them, and that's not a problem.
No.
I don't care. That doesn't bother me if there are a lot of long-term residents or whatever. I don't care about that. But what got me about this one is that there were 2 types of long-term residents. There were the type that really kept up their site. You saw them out there every day, sweeping and cleaning up their things. They had porches connected to their trailers. They were very nice looking. And then you had the other end of the spectrum where the site just looked like a garage sale, exploded in front of their rig, and mess everywhere.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy seeing that when I'm out walking. So I would say about a 4 for that. Park road conditions is the next one. So it's what we mean by park and road is like once you're inside the RV park, what are the roads like to get between sites and to travel throughout the park with your rig, not walking, but with your rig.
Yeah, because we've been to some parks that are pretty rough, but this one I'd actually rate this one pretty okay. I'd say this one was like a 6 or 7, because the whole park was actually just asphalt, so the road condition was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I would say about a 7. The roads were wide enough, which is nice. In a lot of parks, the roads are not. Another one that we're going to review next week, completely different story. But this one, the roads were wide enough that you didn't have to inch forward to make sure you weren't going to hit something on either side. They were not level necessarily, but they were at least not, the asphalt wasn't falling apart, if that makes sense. There weren't like any huge holes that you fell into as you were driving through or anything like that. So yeah, about a 7. The next category that we are going to grade is amenities. And what we mean by amenities are things like, is it pet friendly? Is it, what kind of extra things do they have? Basketball, horseshoes, whatever, that kind of, the pool, that kind of stuff. So the amenities.
I'm going to give this park a 5 average.
Really? I would say it's about a 3.
So the reason I'm doing a 5 is because the park itself didn't have a lot of amenities. It was pet friendly, obviously. It had like a basketball court and stuff like that. But if you're into this, and we're really not, but if you're into this, well, let's take a step back. You were right on the dunes. There was a lot of people there that were racing their little RC cars and stuff like that. You can take RC cars. You can't take vehicles, large vehicles.
Or any kind of, you couldn't even do a dune buggy.
Yeah, you can't do nothing like that. But you can take like RC cars and run them around the dunes. So that's kind of cool. It was drone friendly. I was able to fly my drone for once, even though there was an airport nearby. So you did have to stay below a certain altitude.
I gave it a 3 because yes, they are dog friendly, but there is no dog park. The dogs are not allowed on the dunes. So, and the entire park is gravel, including your sites. Your sites are packed dirt and rocks. So there's no grass, there's no pet friendly like dog area or anything like that. So that is annoying, to me as a pet owner, that's annoying. There's no pool. There's nothing like that. And I guess the reason is supposedly you're near the ocean, but you're really not near the ocean. So that, I think they should have a pool or something. It said they had horseshoes. On the website, it says they currently offer horseshoes and basketball, and that's it. And then trails, because you can just go in the dunes. But yeah, I would say it's about a 3, because based on other RV parks we've been to, if I'm grading against them, then I would give it about a 3, especially for the pet friendly part. And then a bonus one is staff.
Actually, I'll rate them. I'll give them a pretty good rating on this one. I'll give them a 7. Yeah.
I didn't meet any of the staff, so I can't rate them.
Yeah, during the check-in, they were super friendly. They had all of our stuff ready to go the second we checked in. Now, this is something I've noticed that is common with Thousand Trails. Like, you walk in and your stuff is typically ready to go. They have the little sheet and everything. And this place was no exception. They, like, the second we walked in, I gave them my name, and they said, "Oh, yep, welcome. You know, here's your information. You have any questions?" They were like very friendly, very kind. So. Yeah,
I didn't see the staff, so I'm gonna go with this. And then the last biggest thing is, would we go back?
No,
No.
and not because
If
it's a
we-
bad park, but because there was
There's
nothing to do.
There's nothing other than the
Yeah.
dunes. Walking the dunes, there was nothing to do. But also, it is right off the 101. Is it the 1 or the 101?
I
It's
can't
right
remember.
off of.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Okay. It's off of the 1 or the 101. I can't remember which. But so if you're on your way up the coast and you needed to stop for a night or two, I would do it again just as a stopping point.
Yeah.
Because it's literally right off the highway. So for that, I would go back. But as a, let's go away for a week place, I wouldn't go back.
No.
So if you're going up the coast and you need a place to stop, it's
It's adequate.
It's good enough.
Yeah, it's
for that.
adequate. Yeah.
So, but anyway, that is our review of the Pacific Dunes Ranch RV Resort.
Risotto.
I must be hungry. Resort in Oceano, California.
Yep.
So if you have any questions, comments, leave them down below. We'd love to hear from you guys. And like we said before, we hope you had a great Thanksgiving. One of the things we are grateful for is you. So thank you for being subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. We would love to have you as part of our YouTube family. If you would like to get on our Christmas card list, the information is down below in the description box.
Yep.
Anything else?
No, just to thank you to all of you guys for hanging out with us, and yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yep. See you next week. Bye.